I don't podcast because I like to. I podcast because I have to.
I have to let the people know what I'm thinking.
The people.
Usually it's not much.
The starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday. Negotiations breaking down. See those leaders start to frown. It's Gordon Monday.
We're back.
That's hard.
Welcome back to another episode of TBD with Trip and Dow. Oh, today we got NBA Finals recap, games 4 and 5, absolute classics. We've got a good interview with a savant, Jaxon Jabara, savant of many traits.
Can't wait.
And then we have our current event of the day,
Which is?
The Hut has finally been out pizza.
Who out pizza the Hut?
Little Caesars.
How did they out pizza the Hut?
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor for the NFL as of next year. And
What?
the article regards Little Caesars as the fastest growing pizza chain, and that they are third largest and most famous hot and ready pizza in the world.
Wow. They have come a long way from pizza.
What is pizza?
So,
I still don't even get
I
that.
know what it is.
Oh, you actually know?
Yeah. Little Caesars was so terrible way back when that their deal was, if you buy a pizza, we'll give you another pizza. Hence, pizza. And I think they would give you an entire 2-liter of RC Cola, which if you haven't had it is the worst of any.
It's
cola.
terrible. It's terrible.
So yeah, to go from those humble beginnings, having to literally give away half your pizzas for people to enjoy them, to pizzaing for the NFL.
How come they still don't do that?
Because I think they got business and they were like, 50% of our profit is just being
Thrown
flushed
away.
Yeah.
The sad part about this whole partnership is now I'm going to be flooded with Little Caesars ads every Monday, Thursday, Sunday. And I'm going to end up buying it at some point and getting food poisoning. That's the worst part
that's
about
what they
this.
want.
This happened to me 2 years ago. I got their deep dish pizza and a Sprite and some Crazy Sticks on the side. And I didn't go to work the next day.
I mean,
didn't make it.
What's a deep?
It's
super deep.
It's actually not that deep. It's surprisingly, when they say deep, I'm expecting a thick,
Yeah.
But it was really underwhelming. I was pretty sad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Maybe I'll give them another shot.
What does Pizza Hut do to get? Because now that they've lost the moniker of pizzaing the Hut, how do they get it back?
I think Pizza Hut just doubles down on losing the NFL, and they start attacking the NFL in ads. I think
they go to war.
Yeah, I think in every Pizza Hut commercial now they do some NFL anti-NFL propaganda.
They just have Marshawn Lynch as their new head of sales.
They just keep bringing on every controversy that's ever happened in the NFL. They somehow throw it into a commercial.
Yeah. In one, they have a pizza getting 66 massages.
they have one of their delivery drivers
really kneading that dough in,
Did you see what Deshaun Watson commented on someone's Instagram post?
No.
It was someone getting a massage, and he commented a bunch of this emoji, the pray emoji. And someone was like, "This guy, he fucking needs help.
Can't do this right now, Deshaun."
How into massages can you be,
dude? What if he just has a baby oil fetish?
It's not about the massage or the favors.
No, he just likes being slippery.
It's more of a slip and slide thing for him.
Yeah.
What if
he gets on the towel and he just kind of
slides around?
wiggles.
Yeah. What if one of the odd requests was he just asked for so much baby oil that the masseuse ran out? That was one of the requests.
Yeah, and everybody knows. You know what? Never mind. I'm not saying that. Did you see what he said to the reporters today?
No, what did he say?
No, there was something where they were like, "Do you have anything to say about the 66 massage allegations?" And he was like,
Yeah.
Me and my lawyers have and blah 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 blah, and
No way.
you should talk to them. And
Oh God. Well, they kind of flipped it. The lawyers flipped it from like he was saying that he never received any of these favors, it never happened, to the lawyer flipped it to, well, who hasn't got a happy ending massage? Like what? Like most people probably.
yeah, no. Is that
Like,
he's like, that's just what happens in
That's just
super
what-
happy massages.
that's what you do. That's you get 66 different masseuses. Like
You think I'm paying $44 to not get?
yeah, how
Yeah,
much do you think
sometimes-
he's actually paying for these? Do you think he like paid a lot? These top dollar masseuses, or are they like from the cracks?
No, you know what? I'm thinking because he's buying masseuses in bulk.
Mm.
So I'm
Your
thinking he
Costco
buys
deal?
them like dirt cheap. And then
Yeah.
they're like, what the fuck? You're an NFL quarterback and you tip me $4.
Yeah, because he's a terrible tipper.
Yeah, and then he doesn't go back to them. So they can only
Honestly,
get mad at him once.
That's a pretty good way to do it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good way to do it.
If I were going to sexually assault 66
Not that we ever would, but
yeah. No,
it's so
it's just
fucking terrible.
fucking hell.
I mean, I don't think he's ever gonna play again. So
you think he just got paid though?
he just got paid, but like, there's no way they're gonna let him play. There's no way.
Dude, if they're letting him speak to the media,
Yeah, that's
Like-
true.
dude, Ray Lewis killed 2 people and he was still out there making tackles.
Yeah, but then it's like, what's his name? On the Falcons, Calvin
Oh.
Ridley got suspended
Oh.
for gambling on one game.
He said he bet on his own team too.
Oh, that's so much worse. That's so much worse.
Dude, why'd you bet on the Falcons first? of all?
Yeah, like why wouldn't you bet on like anything else that you like weren't involved in? Jesus.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Little Caesars out Pizza the Hut.
yeah.
There should be
Wow.
like a commercial at Little Caesars releases, and it's like, no one out Pizza's the Hut, and they throw like a Molotov cocktail like into a little into like a Little Caesars.
Please fucking annihilate the place.
It's kind of weird. So did Pizza Hut no longer top? I mean, okay, what's your top delivery chain pizza?
Like if you're not gonna like this answer, but
Kinda
it's
nervous.
definitely Domino's.
You know, it's acceptable. Most
No, it's not.
accessible. That's the most accessible.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there's like I think the closest Pizza Hut to me or Papa John's is in like Mira Mesa.
That's Papa John's isn't good.
No,
If-
ever since he and Peyton Manning stopped working together.
Ever since they cut ties, it's just never
What
been
it-
the same.
What did Papa say again? Was it like the N-word or
I think
something?
it was some racist shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Papa was a racist. Papa was a ra-
Anybody who wants people to call him the Papa
the
is just the
It's
red
bound
flag
terribly.
immediately.
Well, the only one last honest pizza is Round Table. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, they're honest because they're paying people like $30 a pop for I don't even know.
It's so
what.
expensive. Every time I get Round Table, it's so ridiculously expensive.
Like I don't think I've ever had it actually. Like I've been
Ever?
in there. I did not order the pizza.
You didn't order? Did you get garlic knots?
I think so. I definitely drank a Coke.
That
I
checks
mean,
out.
that's not.
That
yeah.
checks out.
But I think what it was, I got there late or something. And I,
Oh,
like,
and you were just like,
everybody
oh,
was
now I'm
eating.
here. It's kind of awkward.
All right, I'll just grab a drink.
Well, anyways, we got NBA Finals, Game 4 and 5. What are we thinking here? The Celtics.
Well, I said Celtics in 5, and
How you feeling now?
it just shows how little basketball I watched this year.
I think Warriors in 6. My prediction is still very, very strong.
Oh,
Warriors
yours
in
is yours is looking great because I think, and now that I say this, they're definitely going to bounce back and win 2 games.
Yeah,
The Warriors can't lose,
I agree.
or more likely, the Celtics can't win.
I like that much more. It's not that the Warriors can't lose.
No.
It's just the Celtics can't win.
The first couple games, they set up their defense. They're like, all right, we're going to let Steph Curry beat us, but we're going to get everybody else.
Yeah.
And he goes off for like 40, and they're like, all right, we're going to get everybody else.
We're gonna let everyone else shoot now. We're just gonna bank on the fact that all the rest of their players suck.
Yeah,
Just-
nah.
No, still
No.
Andrew Wiggins was still an all-star this year. People forget. People forget.
Dude, he's
And-
looked at, like, even when I think of Andrew Wiggins, I'm like, oh, waste of talent.
Yeah,
He's
even to
pretty
same.
fucking good.
Like doesn't play defense, but he's so athletic and he finally started to play defense. And like it actually makes me really happy to see him play so well because he's gotten so much hate for so long.
For
within
sure.
good reason. Good reason, I think.
Because him and Kat were Fortniting.
Yeah, they're just being little idiots. But now it's that I think the Celtics might be broken. I don't think they're gonna win game 6. I don't even think there's a chance. I think it's gonna be like a 10-point blowout.
They can't, like, both the teams are good enough. They made the NBA finals and like, but I think I'd say like 75% chance the Warriors win.
I agree. And also there's a big part of me that doesn't want the Celtics to win, even though I like them, because if they win and Jason Tatum wins finals MVP, everyone's going to say he's like a top 5 player next season. And it's going to be so annoying. It's like the whole overrated thing. It's the whole overrated thing. But he's going to be the same player regardless if he wins or loses this.
If the Celtics do come back and win this, I think it might be the least talented champion that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like one guaranteed all-star, 2 borderline.
One defensive player of the year who's a fraud.
Al Horford, who literally missed a game a couple years ago with a bad case of old.
And didn't even play last year at all.
Did he not play at all?
He was just on the Celtics, just sitting there. I mean, no, on the Thunder, and he was just too old to play for them.
And too expensive to cut?
Yeah, so they just finally got to trade him away this year. Like, they just got lucky. But I think the Celtics' biggest issue is they're sleeping on my man, Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, white boy can jump.
He played like 5 minutes. He only played like 5 minutes. He got in there, 2 turnovers, 3 missed threes. Pulled from the game, but Derek White isn't like Derek White taking these big threes down the end of the stretches of the games is a fucking joke.
Yeah, well, I don't know what their other options are.
Also, the TBD parlay miss last night. It was a rough look.
I thought it was a lock.
It was a lock, but Steph went 0 threes instead of hitting 5. Everything else hit. Everything else hit except Steph hit 0 threes instead of 5.
How many did he take?
I think he took 7. I think he was 0 of 7 or 0 of 8.
7?
0 of 7 or 0 of 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of the two. But it was like the first game he had missed a 3 in like 233 games, I think.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. But yeah,
it's like 5 years.
He fucked the TBD parlay. Even Clay stepped up. Like Clay and Poole both stepped up.
Wiggins was looking good.
Wiggins was looking good. And Jaylen Brown somehow pulled out 20 points off his worst game I've ever seen him play ever. It's fucking terrible. He had like 5 turnovers in this, and he had like 3 of them in the span of like 2 minutes.
Yeah. They're just young, you know.
They're young. But they're both like 24, 25. Like they're super young. They're like Andrew Wiggins' age.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be Warriors in 6. We'll throw out another TBD parlay for that one.
Good. Who do you have? I don't know. Is it a Steph game or is it an everybody else game?
I think we go Steph 20, 4 threes.
Okay.
Clay 10, Wiggins 15, Tatum 25 and 3 threes.
Okay.
And maybe something else. What do you
Marcus Smart 10?
Yeah, Marcus Smart 10 with like 2 threes.
Yeah.
That could be pretty good. That should give us like plus 500 something odds. That should be good.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do the Celtics, because like all the games, it's like they have a switch that's like, all right, do we play drop coverage on Curry, or do we like
guard him with the logo?
Yeah, like because every game that they played drop coverage, he's gone off for like he had that huge game in game 4, I think. And then
he had I think like 6 or 7 threes in game 4.
Yeah, like they just
points.
kept not going over the screens.
Yeah, and then but the Celtics problem is if you're gonna double team Curry when he's 0 of 6 from 3, you're just gonna leave Clay open in the corner, who's had 5 threes now.
Yeah.
Like what's your thought? Like I just don't get it. I
mean, it's a first year head coach.
It's a first year head coach, and it's that whole offense is so hard to guard, and it's been that way for like 6 years now.
Yeah. So. I feel like maybe because like in-game adjustments, I think, are something you have to like get a feel for.
Yeah.
in the NBA, and so maybe he can set them up well before the game, but once it happens, he's kind of like, how do I change it?
Yeah, how do I even switch? He's like calling Brad Stevens on the bench. He's
Yeah.
like, please help me. What are you saying?
Brad's just relaxing with his feet up, like, nah, man, I'm out of here.
Well, it's Warriors in 6. Steph Curry Finals
not.
MVP. It's a lock.
Good.
Or not. Welcome, Jaxon Jabara, also known
Thank
as
you, guys.
Coachella Gloves.
Howdy.
Thank you, fellas.
A
What's
baseball glove connoisseur, San Diego Padres super fan, and up-and-coming golfer and soccer man. Welcome to the pod.
A lot of titles.
You got a lot of titles.
He's the modern day Renaissance man.
Yeah, he's a man of
I don't
many
know.
names.
Yeah, I don't know if I can live up to all those, but I'll give it a shot.
He dabbles in a lot of different subjects. He's got it all going on. Well, we're happy to have you on, Trip, as our leading baseball professional on this podcast, as I know very little.
Oh God.
He's going to lead us in our first couple Padres questions we have for you, because how could we not ask?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to.
First of all, what's the current score? Last time I checked, it was 4-5.
I think it's 9-5. Let me
Them?
look real quick. I'm pretty sure. No, us, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Odds are up. I bet on them tonight.
10-5.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
It's 10-5. We put up a 6-piece in the top of the 7th and a 4-piece in the top of the 6th.
That is
10
wonderful.
runs unanswered.
Now we're
Love
talking.
You love to see it. Although, dude, did you see Contreras' first home run? His
dude.
second home run. Sorry.
He's an animal.
He literally hit it out of the park.
He just, for some reason, like, he hits us so well. And it's, like, every baseball team has that one guy where, when he comes at the bat, you're like, okay, this guy's going to hurt us.
Yeah.
And this year it's Contreras. And also Yan Gomes. He's had really good numbers off us over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's been batting over 350, I'm pretty sure, off the Padres. So, it's never fun facing guys like that.
What do you think it would take to, because it's no secret our catchers have not been fantastic at the plate this year. Like, what do you think the Cubs would take? Because Contreras is expiring and they've already got rid of literally everybody else.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about the Cubs, because obviously they're underperforming this year. And, they have pieces like him. They have Robertson out of the pen. Both those guys are very valuable.
Yeah.
But the thing about Contreras is, like, it's a 3-month rental, 2-month rental.
Yeah.
So, you're going to have to give up something really good, but it can't be something crazy. But I'm not going to speculate. But, as you say that, Alfaro just hits a solo home run.
Fuck
How funny
off.
is that?
I love that.
As you say that.
As he says it.
It's mostly Nola who's been driving me up the wall. All right.
Trip's firing up from afar.
I'll start talking shit about Manny now, and he'll get back
watch
over
him go
400.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, fuck. Dude, what do you think happened last year?
Again, I don't want to speculate, but unfortunately, we had a great first half, and from the outside looking in, my best guess would be lack of leadership. That's what I kind of wrote it down to, because, like, at the end of the day, you need a manager who's gonna, lead the team no matter what. And obviously, like, Jace was a great
That sounds like
he's
a child molester.
He's a great tingler. He's a great tingler in the locker room. You guys love that.
No, Jace was a great guy. Andy Green were great guys, but they great managers. But I think Bob Melvin's special because he has experience under his belt, and he's led he's led teams that have had like $50 million on field to the playoffs, and obviously it's very hard to do in this market now with the Dodgers and the Yankees and all those big teams. But I think Bob Melvin's going to be a big difference, especially for the dog days of baseball. So those August, September games, those are going to be really tough. But I think Melvin will manage it well, hopefully.
What seems so cool about him so far is just like the calmness that he's sort of like. Like Jace, I like Jace because like when things were going well, he was getting fired up and like it seemed like he had good energy with like some of the guys on the team. But I think for a manager, you just need someone who's just a constant, like, no ups or downs. He knows that there's going to be tough times. I love that he's been letting the pitchers rock like deep into the games.
I agree.
Like, what was it last weekend? Nick Martinez had like 2 on with an out, and he let him go. I don't think Martinez ended up finishing the inning, but he was like, "Hey, I trust you to get yourself out of this jam," which I thought was pretty cool.
No, obviously, yeah. You know, you got to trust in your pitchers, man, especially in a bullpen because bullpens are so thin these days.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just got to trust those guys. Ride it out.
Would you say that last year was the Padres' best chance in the most recent memory to win a title, or do you think there's another specific year in mind?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this year I think we have a great shot. I mean, with the rotation, the difference is last year we had no pitching, and in the starting rotation, bullpen was great, but this year it's kind of flipped. So now we have a great rotation and a bullpen that could use some work. But obviously, I'd rather have a better rotation, in my opinion. And obviously, you can see we're winning a lot more games than normal. But yeah, with yesterday's win, we that was the best 64 game start in Padres history. So that's a good thing to check off. Yeah, good thing to check off. But you know, can't really look at stuff like that. You got to focus on the end.
Right.
Yeah. But it's still cool, you know, like we had been the fucking punching bag of the NL West for a while. So it's nice to finally have like some superstars. And
Definitely.
like,
it's a
tough division. It's a tough division.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, you know, if you look at our record compared to other teams in the league, like we're a pretty good second place. Well, we're tied for first right now, but in the last 2 weeks, we've been the best second place team by far in baseball.
Yeah.
We'd be in first in almost every other division, but you know, you just can't really look at stuff like that. You just got to play each day and, you know, hoping find a spot in the playoffs, whether that be the division title or wild card. So
yeah,
it's got to play it by day.
So you think I should put a future on the Padres to win the World Series this year?
Yeah.
You thinking it should happen?
I'll defer that to Trib, but yeah, I mean, I think we got a good shot.
No, it's just going back to the rotation. Like, I don't think another team in baseball has the amount of depth that we do. Like, if you look at the Dodgers right now, like Kershaw, he's on like an innings restriction constantly, and Buehler goes down for who knows how long he's going to be out for. Like, I think with our rotation, and if the bats heat up and Tatis comes back, like, we can definitely win the division.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they have it's no secret they're looking for starting pitching now. So they have a lot of guys in the farm system they're willing to let go of for that.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is not going to be their last like rotation for the end of the year, but you know, all we can do is gain games now because, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to gain games later on in the year.
Fine.
I have something to pitch to Jaxon here. This is in regards to Lincoln City.
Oh,
soccer team in England. It's you know, so Jose Mourinho, he's an all-time soccer coach in England. He's got a lot of trophies. I have an idea for you. It's called Trippinho. We send over Trip. It's a Moneyball type move for the club. It's a Moneyball type move. We send Trip over, and he's in England for like 2 weeks, and he undercover bosses the team. He goes in as like a janitor. And then only to be revealed that he's going to be the new youngest GM in sports history. And Tripp transforms this team with his revolutionary ideas.
Yeah, I think
like a Ted Lasso version of Lincoln City, which is definitely
for
fun.
Sure.
But
I think the accent would make animosity pretty hard. He's a fucking American guy.
Washington janitor just showed up.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, how'd this guy get over here?
His mop isn't even wet. Like, just no clue what I'm doing.
What do we have to add to Lincoln City to get promoted? What do we got to do here?
All right, so I did do some Lincoln cramming just because I didn't want to like not know my shit.
Yeah, I love it because you probably know more than me, unfortunately.
Dude, that I honestly think it's a bad thing that I would know more than you. Like, for me, such a fucking nerd. But no, like, first of all, like, the teams around you in the league conceded so many more goals. Like, defensively, compared to the teams around you, you guys were really, really good. The issue was just going forward. Like, you had one dude, Anthony Scully, score 33% of the goals.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, and, you know, you guys had some good loans. Like, Morgan Whitaker was good. You had that right back from Arsenal. He was good. So I guess it's just like,
That kid was fast. I enjoyed watching him play.
Yeah. No,
A lot of speed on the outsides.
lot of
A
speed.
lot of speed on the outside. That's what the people have been saying.
No, I like how young a lot of your players are, which like the two center backs you got, Reagan Poole and TJ Ayoma, they're both like 23, and they come from Tottenham and Manchester United academies. So like they've got like the technical ability to play at the top level. Now they just need experience and to like mature, and they'll be really good.
And that's the fun thing.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fun thing about, the lower divisions is like you get all these young guys from these big clubs who are, like you said, the ceiling's very high. Yeah. And it's up to them, and it's up to how much they play to see how far they can reach that ceiling, and if they can even. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of fun, because I compare it to minor league baseball. It's definitely. Like a lot of these guys, like the ceiling's so high, and it's up to them at the end of the day. It's who they are as a character and how they carry themselves on the field, on the pitch, as they say. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
No, I think the big difference though between like minor league baseball, because you're right, it is like you're watching dudes who you're like, oh my god, this guy could be a star, but it's like for the fans,
we can
this
get
is
there.
the top level. Like,
and we can get there. That's the fun thing. Yeah.
Like,
that's
It could be 2 years, could be 3, could be 8,
could be a lot.
I mean,
but no, I just mean
because like.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, no, you're good. I mean, it's just the fun thing is like, I mean, if you think about it, we're 2 promotions away from the show, and like, that's a lot easier said than done, obviously, because obviously financials come in, all that stuff, but it's a lot of fun to think about that, and it's like, dang, we're really close. A lot of teams aren't as close. They're 5 leagues under us, and it's just like, we're in a good spot.
No, I
think
think
the same thing as the Padres. You just got to take it day by day.
For sure. Like, I think, the people at Lincoln City have to be looking at teams like Bournemouth and Southampton, like teams that made really quick ascents up through the, footballing ladder, as they say. Like, Bournemouth have a smaller stadium than you guys, and they were in the Premier League for like 4 years.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, you can get promoted really quick and still have a stadium that's, League 2 level or League 1 level. It's really interesting.
Of course, you do need like, there is luck involved, as with anything else. Like, they had a good manager come in, and they got lucky with some youth players who developed really, really well, and like were able to make the step up at each level. I was reading about your manager. I like him. His record is not good, but he managed 9 games for Macclesfield Town in I want to say they were in like the 4th division at that point.
I think
they were like literally a sinking ship when he got there, like just in horrible debt. I think Macclesfield Town like dissolved as a club. And they offered him a new contract to stay, but he was like, hell no. So he dipped out of there, and he went to Ipswich, not to manage, but to work alongside Brian Klug, who is like renowned as a youth developer. So I like that, and he's an Irish international. He's got top level experience. He's been in the Champions League, and he's been in relegation fights. Like, he knows it all. Well, at least he has experience at it all. Hopefully it comes to show and is like, in games and stuff like that.
Well, and that's like going back to what we were saying about the Padres manager. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you've been there, done that, or, like he's been in those clubhouses, he's been in those locker rooms. And I think it's a big difference if you have guys who are leading a team who haven't been in those locker rooms or been in those situations. It's kind of hard for them to relate to guys who are in that situation, because like us, it's the outside looking in. But if you can have a guy who's already been there, already done that, I think it's a lot easier to communicate with the players and keep everybody on one page.
And it shows on the field.
Easily,
for real.
Easily.
But I also think it'll be good because, you've got guys like, and I keep going back to Reagan Poole, but that's just because I used him in FIFA when I was like 15. Like, as a Manchester United academy player, like if you get the wrong player in as manager and you lose a couple games, like that kid isn't going to listen to the manager. He's going to be like, well, I was coached by Jose Mourinho for 6 months. What the fuck does this dude know? So if you get someone who, has the Liverpool pedigree, has the international experience, like you relate to and sort of like you know, it'll help him gain experience, first of all, because
Of course.
he's managed so little games, but you know, it'll help him relate to the players a lot better.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Sorry,
Totally
I'm a huge nerd.
No, I think
he's
it's
a big, he's a
No,
huge
I love
soccer.
it.
I think we all
No.
got to
No, I
get
love
together
it,
for the
man.
Lincoln City opening kickoff. I think we all got to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like we have to.
I think we got to do it.
There's a
That'd be fucking
chance.
sick.
There's a chance I go out there for the
Oh,
opening game.
that'd be
But
dope.
if I'm not, we definitely got to find a pub somewhere down here. That'd be a lot of fun.
We'll find a pub. We always do.
Oh, we'll find a pub. Yeah.
We always find one. Jaxon, you're now a up and coming golf savant, as some people would say. And you know, it's translating. Your baseball game is translating onto the golf course. You're getting lower and lower, almost to the 10 handicap range. When are we going to see a Coachella Gloves golf line?
Well, it's funny you said that because, you know, I'm in the baseball world, obviously. And, you know, obviously the biggest transition from baseball is to golf. And I feel like, you know, that's the only reason I can sneak that in my videos, because it's not like, oh, I'm going out and playing rugby. It's where it's like, you know, the guys don't care, but it's like golf, you know, like every baseball player loves to pick up a driver and see how far they can hit it. But
100%.
I think hats would be a fun place to start. I thought about that. Some good golf hats, the ones that are
Sick.
like, yeah, they're like the nicer materials. Cause like the only hats I have right now are like snapbacks and dad hats. But
Yeah.
you know, I think it'd be sweet if I could go in that direction for now, then potentially in the future, maybe some shirts,
Maybe
you
some
know,
polos.
I don't know.
A couple golf rope hats in there.
I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, I'm just trying to get better. You know, I'm shooting in the 80s. I'm yet to break 80 yet. I've got 81 a couple of times, and you know, that was obviously 2 putts away.
It's right there. You're on the cusp.
And that's, you know, that's the hard part about golf, is like you just got to consistently be like getting better, got to be training, got to go to the range. But you know, it's good to focus on that stuff, because obviously like I enjoy surfing a lot out here, but so much of your day has to be like, I don't know, kind of like given to surfing in a way, because like half your surf day is the drive, and then I'd say another probably 45% is just waiting for a wave. Like you only get 5% of actually surfing, because you know you're on the wave for what, 30 seconds if most, if you're on a longboard. And it's really tedious. But golf's kind of good because you can just go out there, shut off your phone, be on the course for 2-3 hours, and just kind of log out mentally. It's really nice.
Relax, fun, you know, get some peace.
Beer cart comes by.
You're stoked. Highlight of your round. But we've got the US Open this weekend, and we've got every Saudi golfer that is playing in the Live Tour, all the guys, Phil Mickelson, Dustin, Bryson, they're playing in the US Open.
They're allowed to play.
They're allowed to play. How hard do you think they're going to get booed throughout the weekend, or any of them going to win?
I mean, I don't think any of that will bother them. I think where they're going to be pressed the hardest is with the media, and then also the press. That's the hardest part about that thing. Cause like at the end of the day, like I don't know enough to speak on, you know, the Saudi like tournament. I don't know enough personally, but you know, I've obviously seen some clips of them getting grilled about, you know, where that money's coming from potentially. Obviously those are very hard questions, but you know, you're right though. I think the fans will let them hear that with some chirps, but you know, so many of those guys have been chirped their whole life. They won't buy into it. Yeah, they won't buy into it.
What's your guys' number? If you got Saudi money to go trip, say you go play water polo, Jackson, you go play Saudi baseball. What's your number?
Me personally, I don't think I could do it. Like I care too much. I care too much about, you know, humanitarian rights, stuff like that. I don't think I could put a number on me going to play baseball over there. That'd be really tough for me. Just can't really complain playing golf
do a
at
lot
Del
of
Mar
good
Country
with
Club.
$60 million.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. Is that your number, Trip? Anything?
Yeah, no,
over?
it's probably much less than that, to be honest.
It's like two.
It's like $5,000.
Yeah. Like, all right, $20 and a first class ticket on Emirates. I'll be like, sweet.
Wow, Saudi water polo.
But yeah, the sports washing is very bad.
I don't know what my number would be. I think it would have to be in double-digit million to sell out my soul completely to go play golf. Maybe presented with it. It'd have to set me up and my family up for a very long time.
in one of those tall towers that they got over there.
Yeah, I want one of their towers. I want a castle.
And you want
So,
a police
Dad, did you-
Lamborghini.
Oh,
You
the
gotta
police
negotiate better,
Lamborghini.
man.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you watch it though? The first event, kind of. I heard they're like live streaming on YouTube and stuff like that.
I caught some clips just because I had to see what it was about, and it was so embarrassing because there's no one there. They started giving away tickets for free, so like they lost a ton of money. It was kind of like watching it was like watching a Nickelodeon broadcast golf tournament would be my best way to like describe it. Because
I saw there's like a bunch of colors like going on. Like it looks like, I don't know, like one of the Ninja's live streams or something. It's kind of nuts.
That's exactly. They're trying super hard. They have like a live leaderboard on the side, and like with all the stupid team names like Torque and all the stuff and their logos, and it's like it's a moving leaderboard the whole time, and it's really awkward to kind of have it on the side there. It's just they're trying to do too much.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, the team
I've heard
format's
very
cool,
polar. Yeah, I've heard like very polar opinions on it, and like obviously some of those are definitely funded.
Yeah.
Some of those opinions, but but yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the PGA. I think they run a great show. I've enjoyed the events that I've showed up to.
Yeah.
That's been hosted by the PGA, and it's one of those things like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I personally don't think it's broke. There's definitely ways they could maybe advertise the game more. They could advertise players, make them more relatable, obviously. Because Xander, for example, I didn't know he was from San Diego until we went to Scottsdale, TBC Scottsdale, and for the waste management. And all of a sudden from that day, I was like, all right, that's my guy.
It's easy to find a guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy. And like, obviously it's a different crowd than obviously the NBA or NFL, stuff like that. But like there is a way to market it to young people. And golf's one of those sports, like once you get the bug, you're addicted. And
100%.
That's just how it is. I got the bug recently, and I mean, you know me, Dow. I'm playing probably 3-4 times a week, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
It's crazy because leagues like the PGA, MLB, like they're trying to find a way to attract new young people and make it exciting for young people so they can grow the leagues. But some of these things like golf, it's either your parents are going to get you into it or they're not. It's like one of those sports, like a little kid's not going to watch a whole golf tournament on TV. Like that's unrealistic to expect.
And what's weird about it, or at least as it is right now, is like, I feel like as for people who don't know golf, it's a little bit intimidating. Like it goes on for so long. You don't understand scoring. All the athletes are stoic and quiet. All the commentators are kind of like, I mean, I don't want to say older, but like
they're older. They're all retired players. They're older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like you're watching it and you're like, wow, I feel like I'm about 20 years late to a party. And
that's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, they're all going at the same time, but at different places, and you're just kind of lost.
It's weird. It's like one of those things where it's like, like you said, Jackson, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's like, what do you guys think? Do you think the MLB needs to do stuff to make baseball more exciting, or do you just love baseball because you love baseball? Like,
I mean, that's one of those things. Like, I think golf and baseball have the same problem, because the problem with these two sports is they're both very expensive. Golf being exponentially more expensive than baseball. But it's harder for like the average American, or under the average line, even in like poor countries, it's hard to play baseball because like even in the DR, they're using cardboard for gloves and like twigs for bats, and it's like it's really hard to get people invigorated with these sports when they can't really play it in the correct form. Like that's why soccer, football is very important, because like all it takes is one ball. And
you're in.
One ball and 2 twigs, and you got a whole field. And that's why I think soccer thrives, and that's why I think it's the world sport. Mm-hmm. And I think it forever will be. I don't see any other sport maybe taking that, but
I agree.
That's where, like I said, that's where golf and baseball struggle, but they just got to find a way. And I think MLB is doing a good job though. There's a lot of outreach programs to like inner city Brooklyn, inner city, like really tough neighborhoods, where they're getting these kids into baseball, and we're getting some good players out of it, like Dylan Betances, like unbelievable baseball player out of deep Brooklyn. And you love hearing stories like that.
Yeah, that is really true. Yeah, you don't think they need to like shorten the length of games, make the bases bigger, like
well, that's the problem, because like you're trying to do all these things to shave down the game by 5 minutes. And it's not like, oh, 50% of the population is going to stop watching for only 5 minutes, like
Yeah,
of a
like-
difference, you know?
Yeah,
It's
they're gonna
just,
watch
you
the
can't,
game.
yeah, you can't get rid of the integrity of the game or very important parts of the game to like try and conform. I think small things like the DH, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though it's probably extending games by 30 seconds or whatever the number is. But I think it's great for the game because what gets people into the seats are home runs, not strikeouts. And
Yeah.
you know, the most like the average baseball fan when they go to the stadium, any random person, if you just meet them, they're not a big baseball person, like they want to see a home run at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I think if we can get more of those, you know, I could see viewership going up. But
Or like, action on the base paths. Like,
Mhm.
home run, you watch it, it goes. But like when you got runners on base, the game is so much more like, you're more dialed in watching because you're like, okay, something's probably gonna happen here. I don't know what, but now I gotta tune in.
exactly.
That'd be cool.
So that's why I kind of like them banning the shift, is
Mhm.
because I think it's gonna lead to a lot more, at least some action.
Yeah,
But
and the fun thing about that is too, you're going to be getting these guys like Eric Hosmer, Joey Gallo, these guys who have been average players for a while now.
yeah,
They're going to get back to not having three guys on the right side of the diamond, and
Yeah.
they're going to be batting 310 to 280, and I think it'll be fun because you're really going to see some players kind of come out of their shells. Even for guys like Hassan Kim, like
yeah,
they load the left side on him every time because he pulls the ball.
yeah,
But now that they can next year, it'll be fun to see what Kim does. You know, a lot of these guys will go back to traditional polling, a lot less situational hitting, which will be fun. But because I mean, don't get me wrong, I love when a guy hits it the other way when there's
Yeah.
nobody on the left side. That's fun to watch. But at the end of the day, like you want to see guys hitting the ball 110 miles per hour for that. Like
Yeah.
it's just nothing beats that noise, man. You can't
you
beat
don't you don't want to see him bunt down the third base line.
Yeah, yeah.
Continuously.
I know, especially guys like, big guys in this game, like
Yeah.
who can do it. Like, for example, Joey Gallo, like we were saying, like you don't want to see him bunt. You go
No.
there to watch him hit a ball 500 feet. That's what you go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be funny because his contract's expiring. So like, I don't know because the Yankees have that short porch in right field.
Yeah.
It's which he should be taking advantage of, but I'd like to see him stay there and just absolutely crush the ball.
Do you have any new glove designs coming out to close us off?
I mean, no, not right now. Just focusing on myself, getting ready for work. Really
Nice.
excited for that. But yeah, the article was big. I got a lot of
Yeah, that was
a lot of
great.
people reaching out after that. Yeah, it was great. I think Jake did a really good job over at CBS. Like, did you watch it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was awesome. Watch the
Dude,
whole thing.
he did a phenomenal job with that. It made it look so professional. He's a great guy.
Super professional.
But-
Yeah, it was great. He had all the right
He
questions.
covered it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he covered it so much deeper than I expected. Like he was like back to my high school days, like where I hang out, stuff like that. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, like good for you, man. You're really making me look good.
Yeah, you made it was awesome.
over a collection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really, really sick. Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, Jax. I think that's all we got for you.
Yeah,
This is
for
great.
Sure. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully get on it maybe another time.
No, definitely.
Week or
Yeah,
two.
Padres
speak
are making
about
a
some
postseason
crazy-
run.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That'd be fun. We'll
to
get you on. Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Make some crazy
Yeah,
times.
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'll be back in San Diego in a few weeks. We'll go to Betsy's. Go to Betsy.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
now.
on.
All right. Later, Jackson.
All right, later, guys.
Peace, homie.
One QFP today. This one's a pretty good one. Has Tripp owned the same pair of pants since the 6th grade?
Who asked this question?
We'll leave
doesn't
him
matter.
anonymous. We'll leave him
Doesn't
anonymous.
matter. Yeah, fine.
True or false?
True.
Oh, it's okay.
There's a
Do
pair
they
of
still
short
fit? Do they still fit?
Not really. I kind of keep them in there because I don't want to throw them away at this point.
There's
They're like an
sentimental
old
value.
Yeah, they're somewhere in there.
Well, no,
It's
I
just an
still
old
have-
pair of shorts.
I still have like a tank top that I've had since I was like 12, and I still squeeze into it sometimes
Oh yeah,
to like work
squeeze
out.
into it.
I
Dude.
squeeze it. I'm like I was chubbier when I was little, but now I'm like longer. So
Okay,
it just
okay.
doesn't really fill me. Just
Yeah, I think the jeans in question though, as I got one pair of Levi jeans that I got to throw away now.
yeah.
They used to be black. Now they're like a light gray. That the knees are like all torn now, not because they're like
the cut. You didn't buy ripped jeans.
Yeah, they were normal jeans, and then they just got so worn down that they split at the knee.
Oh God.
But yeah, so I'm throwing those away soon.
Okay,
Once
I respect
build
it.
up the
Well,
courage.
we can go to Abercrombie.
What do they even got there?
That'll be for next week's
Great.
episode. The return of
Next week.
Abercrombie.
Abercrombie unboxing.
Abercrombie unboxing. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Abercrombie and get a bunch like a haul. I'll get a
Hell yeah,
sponsor by Abercrombie.
workout haul.
Yeah, workout haul. Oh, but if you've made it this far, Trip is adopting a baby boy next week. So congratulations. His name is Curtis. Trip's going to be a great father. I think we're all really excited for him.
I know. You know, the single father thing. I just thought it was for me.
It is for you. I mean, Riley can jump in and help sometimes. She could be a mother figure.
We've set our boundaries.
Oh, good.
She knows that this is my child.
Yeah.
You know, not ours.
Yes.
They can be friends, but
yeah,
he's 14, which makes it.
So that makes it a little. That's a little hard. But I think you want him a little older. You don't want to raise it.
No.
Yeah.
He came from a family of hoarders.
Oh, of hoarder. Yeah.
They didn't even know they had him for 12 years. He was buried under a bunch of gift cards and receipts that were
just coupon books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you're saving him. Curtis will be a great addition. Maybe we'll throw him on next week.
He's gonna call me Papa.
Papa. It's like Papa John. Just like Papa John.
Just without the racism.
Just.
All right, I think that's time to wrap it up.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I'll see you next week. It's a great episode. I'm gonna bring Little Caesars on next week. I'm gonna eat it on the podcast.
Good.
And I'm gonna do a taste test.
And then you're gonna try to slip into that Abercrombie stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try and put it on. It's gonna be quite maybe I'll just like throw a video out this week of me doing that on my own. Just all right.
I'll see you.
See you next week.